Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Newman once again. We are live on the Husson Eagles Sports Network for our second game in doubleheader back-to-back action between the Fighting Tigers of SUNY Cobleskill and your Eagles of Husson University. Hello, everybody. I'm Sam Miller, joined once again alongside Logan Martin and Luke Caruso. Logan, we'll start with you. The Fighting Tigers, kind of a roller coaster of a year so far, 4-9 on the season, and they've lost their last 4 games in a row. What can we expect from them today in this matchup, and who can we watch out for?
Well, first of all, they're facing a very good Husson University Eagles team, and it's going to be hard to attack and find spots where they can succeed, especially against a very well-balanced Eagles squad. But, look for guard play from Elijah Morris, attacking the hoop. You look at his stats, and he's an 88% free throw shooter. He plays the guard position. Maybe try to get him some looks down in the paint, get him driving towards the basket. Just creating opportunities under the rim, because nothing's going to come easy in this one for him.
Absolutely. The Eagles' depth in the paint, especially with Scott Lewis holding it down low, is going to be crucial for them. Now, Luke, over to you, of course. Last season, the Eagles beat the Fighting Tigers 80-70 in the NAC championship. You were part of that team. And for the Eagles now, after a 1-6 slow start to the season, now on a 9-game winning streak, really turning it around, what's caused them to be so successful in these last few games?
Well, we just have a lot of guys that are able to do really anything and everything on any given night. So some nights, we have guys like Riles Neff coming in, scoring a lot, or Jeremy Moranta scoring a lot, but we really do a great job of being very balanced. We have a lot of guys that can rebound, and most importantly, we are defending at a very high level. It's really been kind of our identity throughout the whole year. So to continue to defend and execute and play well, especially a game like this, obviously SUNY Cobleskill is 4-9. But I'd like to think that the record itself is not important. This is a team that, like you said, we beat in the NAC championship last year. They're coming into this game with a chip on their shoulder, and we have to be ready to execute and match their energy right off the jump.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. The record might not show it, but this team is super talented. We talked about guys like Elijah Morris, who's averaging around nearly 15 points a game, so he can really get it done. And you talked about defense, Luke, for the Eagles, and the main reason that has been the play of junior forward Gil Matondo, having himself his best season in an Eagles uniform, averaging around 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, has 26 steals on the year, 15 blocks, shooting 43% from the field, 33% from 3, 70% from the free throw line. For a while, he was back-to-back North Atlantic Conference Defensive Player of the Week. He's really a guy that can just turn things around so well with his defensive play, so expect him to be very involved on the defensive side of the ball today.
Absolutely. He's a perfect example of a guy that's being able to do anything and everything. He's guarding 1 through 5, maybe not the 1, but definitely 2 through 5. And he's pushing the ball. Like, he's doing really everything. And not only that, especially something that he's added to his game is the three-point shot. Other teams are really having to respect him to shoot that. I think Gil has been a very, very important part of our success, especially in this 9-game win streak.
You said it best, Luke. It's going to be a very fun matchup today. Both these teams ready to do battle for a rematch of the NAC championship. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back in 40 seconds on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
From Manhattan, New York, number 12, Sonny Rush. A freshman from Cohoes, New York, number 20, Marquay Hansley. And a junior from Troy, New York, number 24, Chase Peterson. Cobleskill is coached by Justin Maxwell and assisted by Brooks Rickers. And now this
And we're back once again, ready to get underway here. Just had the starting lineups from our PA announcer, but once again, we'll run through them for you. First, for the visiting Tigers, we got number 3, Elijah Morris, number 5, Christian Chung, number 12, Chalik Rush, number 20, Marquet Tanksley, number 24, Chase Peterson. And for the Eagles, once again, continuing the starting line that's been super successful, we have Jeremy Maranta, number 1, number 3, Riles Neff, number 13, Connor Hill, number 15, Gil Matondo, number 34, Scott Lewis. Both these teams, on paper, match up so well. Really don't have too much size. Love to play fast, love to pace the floor. We'll see what happens here as Lewis wins the tip, and we are underway. The Eagles start out with possession. Neff finds Lewis at the top of the key, circling around. Taps it over to Heel, finds Maranta over to Matondo. Eagles starting out, moving the ball very fast. Lewis, right-hand side. Tries to go right at Peterson. Neff in the corner. Top of the key to Heel. Eagles keep swinging it around. Neff once again. Tanksley right in his grill. Dumps it off to Matondo. Takes it over to Heel. Matondo, pull up for 3 off the front rim. Maranta, one of the best in the North Atlantic Conference at getting those rebounds, sets it up once again for the Eagles. Matondo, downstairs, kicks it out, Healed, wide open for 3. No good there. Another offensive rebound. Matondo running into Neff.
Oh, no.
As Neff hits the deck, Tanksley goes right into the paint. As Peterson gets the pass, dumps it downstairs to Tanksley, and floats it up and in, and Neff is shaken up on the play.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Not sure if he landed on Gil Matondo's foot on that rebound or just a little tweak, but working his way to the bench now.
Regardless, not a great start for the Eagles. Neff tweaking his ankle. He'll be going to the bench. Tope Alla will check in for him, and that's a big loss for the Eagles. Neff having himself a very good year, averaging around 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He has 37 steals, 2 blocks, shooting 47% from the field, 38% from 3, and 82% from the free throw line. So the Eagles are going to have to do battle without him for the time being. Here come the Eagles. Here's Allo, who control the floor for the Eagles. Lewis hands it off to Matondo, over to Maranta. Healed now. Back to Lewis, top of the key. Eagle just really loving to move that ball around. Matondo now, left-hand corner. Goes right at Rush. Downstairs to Lewis. Likes the matchup, spins on the block, floats it up and in.
Great finish from Scott Lewis.
That's the mismatch right there that they got to expose in this one. The Tigers playing great defense in the half-court set, but Scott Lewis is just a little too much in the paint.
Lewis having himself a very phenomenal year once again as Chalik Rush will line it up from outside. No good there. Maranta already his second rebound of the game. Here come the Eagles. Looking to push the pace once again. Takes it himself. Behind the back. Top of the key, Matondo. Crosses over. Foul line. Here's Lewis. Trying to go right at Peterson. Here in the corner. Tope Allo for 3. Bingo! A big shot for Allo, and the Eagles now breaking the ice from the three-point line.
Great job on Scott Lewis, finding a hole in the defense. The Tigers play. There it is from Tope, doing what he does best. Really just doing a great job on the defensive end and having a nose for the ball.
Getting all over the place. That's what he does best, really. Just moving all around, being that high-energy guy, high effort on the defensive and offensive rim. He'll even go grab rebounds. He can jump out of the gym. He's an impressive player. Would you say he's the sixth man for this squad? Yeah,
absolutely.
I'd agree.
Very much a Drew Holiday level player is Tope Allo, as Morris and Matondo.
Gil Matondo looking for a foul there. I think a little contact, but Eagles going to come up with the ball either way.
Yeah, regardless, it will stay with the Eagles. Yeah, and we talked about Allo. His defensive versatility makes him so unique and so versatile as a player. Can guard the 1 through 5. See, rivals it over to Neff, Healed. Gets it back at half court. Tanksley trying to be in his grill. Gets a screen from Lewis. Goes to his right. Floats it up and in off the glass.
Great take from Allo.
Great body control.
2 possessions, 2 buckets for Tope Allo. That's much needed for the Eagles when Nev is being tended to over there on the bench. Here come the Tigers now. Here's Rush. Morris now, Matondo right in his face. That's the matchup to look out for. Matondo's defense, Morris's offense is going to be a show for us up here in the booth. As Morris dumps it downstairs to Rush, and he lays it in.
A little miscommunication there with the Eagles. It looks like they're switching everything, off ball and on ball, and so look for them to make those switches, even with cuts and screens.
And Matondo gets the pass from Lewis. Maranta can't get it to go, but gets his own miss. That's it outside to Lewis. Maranta will reset now for the Eagles. Continues to move the ball around. Here's Healed. Outside, Matondo drives to his right. Good defense by Chung. Matondo, shot clock down to 4. Tried to find a cutting Maranta, out of bounds. Goes back to the Tigers. Good defensive stance for the Tigers there. Christian Chung playing very solid defense on the much taller Matondo and gets the possession back for his team. Here's Chung now. Will control the pace for the Tigers. Has around 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists per game. A very scrappy and good player.
That was a good play.
As Tanksley cuts to the paint, gets the foul and the bucket to count. That'll be the first on Allo and a chance for a 3-point play for Marquet Tanksley.
Great job by the Tigers in that half-court set. Getting the Eagles all on the left side of the court and then cutting right. Wide open for a layup right there.
Yeah, absolutely. They set that kind of, block-to-block screen there for Tanksley, and they really got to do a better job of bumping him off that screen and not making it so easy on the catch.
Out of it 7 now after the Tanksley free throw, and here come the Eagles once again. Both these teams love to play so fast. They like to drive the ball inside, kick it back out for the wide open 3-point opportunities. As Lewis tries to spin off of heel. Good defense there. Fight for the ball. We'll have a jump ball. It's going to go back to the Tigers. Yeah, both teams coming out playing great defense to start out. Now, Luke, so far in this game, of course, you were on the floor with the Eagles when they won against SUNY Cobleskill last year. What are some things that you're seeing differently from this team now as opposed to the team that you played last year?
I'm not really sure. They're coming with so much intensity, which I think was, obviously the NAC championship game, that was a huge part of it. And they're ready to play today. They want to come get a win on the road. Obviously, the Eagles have a nine-game win streak, so I think they're just looking to keep that energy and hopefully get a big win today.
Chung tried to close it out on Lewis. Good defense there. Tanksley gets it back. Lewis once again stopping the play. Chung once again top of the key. Healed in his face. Shot clock at 10. Gets the screen from Peterson. Tries to find a man. Cutting. Here's Morris. Corner 3. No good there. Peterson couldn't hold on to it. Here come the Eagles. Matondo. Tried to take it himself. Takes it right back out. Over to Lewis. Top of the key. Here's Heald. Hands it off. There's Allo. Chung in his face. Maranta now. Trying to find Lewis in the post. Knocked away by Rush. He'll stay here with the Eagles. Rush putting his case, thinking that it went off Maranta's hands last minute. Nonetheless, the stripes say it stays with the Eagles. Allo finds Lewis. Heald. Cuts to the middle. Outside to Lewis. Wide open for 3. Off the rim. Allo corrals the rebound. And the Eagles will reset. Fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. Knocked it out of bounds by Morris. Eagles ball.
Peterson doing a great job of really fighting Scott Lewis for that position on the block. Obviously, Scott's got an advantage, so he's going to be trying to seal his man. And Rush just doing a good job.
Ronda brings it back out. Matondo once again trying to go at Rush. Drives to his left. Pivots away, fades away. Jump shot. Rolls around the rim. Lewis can't hold on to it. Tigers ball. Both teams coming out have a lot of good looks. Haven't been able to get too many to go yet. Eagles 3 of 8 to start out. The Tigers 3 of 6. 1 for 6 is the Eagles from 3. 0 of 2 is the Tigers. Here they come once again on offense. Peterson, Matondo right in his face all the way to the half court. Outside the Rush. Skips it to Chung. Dishes it to Tanksley. Allo right in his face. Not making anything easy for Tanksley. Gets by the screen. Peterson now dumps it off. Tries to drive right inside. Sent back by Lewis. Here come the Eagles on offense. On the fast break. Heald takes it all himself. Puts it up and in! Connor Heald, a beautiful Euro step move. The hang time was pretty and a chance for a 3-point play.
Great move from Heald. I've been loving watching him play. He's been a crucial part to the starting lineup since Andre McCauley's been out. He just does such a good job of finding buckets when he can. He hasn't been shooting the ball great, 18% on the season, which I really don't think describes how well of a shooter he is, but he finds the ability to score in other ways and affect the game in many different ways.
One thing about Heald that really stands out is his timeliness with his shots. He might not convert it all throughout the game, but he hits it when it matters most as Maranta corrals the offensive rebound and puts it up and in. Jeremy Maranta, as we talked about, one of the best guards in North Atlantic Conference at getting those boards. He was in the top 10 last year in rebounds. As a 6'1" guard from Brooklyn, New York, a very solid player, is the graduate captain. A still match up with Chalik Rush down low. Maranta really loves to play down low in that paint. As Rush finds a cutting man on the play. That's the newly checked in Jermaine Wheeler. Back to a 2-point lead. Here's Heald. Gets the screen from Lewis. Does the find cutting inside. Kicks it back to Allo. Dishes it to Maranta. Lewis downstairs. Double teamed on the play. Outside to Heald. Henke makes a man miss. Takes it all himself. Scoops it up and in. Beautiful roll. And a finger roll by Ty Henke.
Great example of Connor Heald. A great one more to Henke. And Henke didn't rush the shot, took the dribble, and got to the hoop.
If you look over to our sideline, that's a huge sigh of relief for us, for the Eagles here. As Neville will look to check back in. As Morris gets it now. Goes right at Maranta. Can't get it to fall. And Maranta already his 4th rebound on the game. Excuse me, his 5th. Is Allo now. Finds Heald. Steps up with a jump shot, and it's pretty. Connor Heald. 2 for 3 to start out in this game. As Morris now tries to go right at Allo, and he sends it away. Here's Maranta. Dumps it downstairs to Heald. He'll do it all himself and gets it to go. And the Eagles opening up this lead now, up by 8. Timeout by the Tigers. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back as you hear, Eagles up by 8. Luke, so far, what have you seen from the Eagles that's allowed them to kind of open up this lead in the first half?
Well, they're really doing a good job of not starting too flat. They really brought the intensity. New Cobleskill was going to come in ready to play, and they're really doing a great job of executing what they do best, getting out of transition, running their offense well, and defending with intensity.
Chung, great defense by the new checked in Dylan Burpee. Kicks it upstairs to Quinier Green, who just checked in as well. Floats it up, can't get it to go. Fight for the ball. Taken away by Devin Dennard. Here's Rush. Goes into the middle. Kicks it up to Chung. Way outside. Back rim 3. No good. Allo ripping it down from the clouds. And here comes Maranta. Finds a wide open Henke for 3. Cashes out. Sweet string music for Ty Henke. And the Eagles are rolling on offense. A 10-2 run in the last 3.5 minutes.
And they found a way to score without Neff on the court, so that just makes it a lot more easier when he comes back on the floor for them, which he is now. Now they're clicking on all cylinders.
Green has to go at Burpee. Gets it right inside, scoops it up, and banks it in. Great take there by Green. Here comes Neff. Doesn't look at all bothered by that ankle. Looks like he's doing just fine now. As he goes at Dennard. Hands it off to Allo. Steps back with Chung. Good defense there. Finds a cutting Henke who scoops it up and in off the glass. Ty Henke. That's great finish.
Shot. That's a tough shot right there. I don't even know if he knew where he was, but puts it right up and in.
Not to mention the great assist by Allo. The court vision there. Eyes like a hawk.
Something he does really well is make plays, both offensively and defensively. He's not always our top scorer on the day, but Tope Allo doing a great job of impacting the game in many ways.
Wheeler will take a seat. Chase Peterson comes back in. Neff, we talked about it. He went down earlier in this first half. Poked it away from Denner. So the leg is the ankle just seems not to be bothering him at all. As Chung gets inside, ripped away by Henke and Burpee, and here come the Eagles. Henke over to Allo. The hang time is there. It's going to be a blocking foul before the block by Rush. It's going to go against Quinier Green. And Allo will get to the line for 2.
Yeah, happy to see Neff back, and he's a competitor. He's not someone that likes to sit out, that's for sure. So I'm sure he was trying to get back as fast as he could and ready to play.
Yeah, and any of these Eagles, this whole Eagles team is just full of so many competitors. And, of course, it's spearheaded at the helm by the winningest head coach in Northland Conference history in Warren Caruso. We've talked about him a lot during these broadcasts, and every single time that we talk about him, he's really just – you ever heard the phrase of playing chess instead of checkers. He's really that kind of guy. Just somebody who just can adjust and adapt to any of his opponents and does so with great success. As here come the Tigers now. Green has to take it out. Outside the rush. Goes right at Matano. That's a fun matchup to watch out for. Kicks it back out to Green. Tigers slowing it down on offense, playing with a little bit slower pace as Green tried to take it over 2 defenders, can't get it to go there, and here come the Eagles. Neff over to Allo, cutting Neff, outside to Allo. Makes somebody miss. That's going to be a travel. Pirouetted with the ball a little bit. Goes back to the Tigers.
Yeah, just a little shuffle of the feet there, I think is what the ref saw. Just a little zero step. He backs that right foot up to propel himself forward and just unfortunately lift up his pivot foot.
Taking a look at the new sub for the Tigers, we have number 31, Rowan Morrell, who has not seen that much action for the Tigers. He's only played 12 minutes all season. As he gets a touch up the stairs to Dennard. Burpee on him. Morrell tries to find Peterson on the block, taken away by Allo. Here come the Eagles. Neff with Green right on his hip. Makes a man miss. Henke, Burpee, wide open for 3. Off the rim, Chung curls the rebound. Playing a little bit faster now are the Tigers as Chung goes right at Matondo, trying to scoop it up. No good there. Peterson skies for the board. Can't get it to go. Burpee comes down with it. Here come the Eagles once again. Henke steps into a 3. No good there. Here come the Tigers.
Attacking the hoop when you have Gil Matondo draped all over you is not an easy shot.
The back-to-back NAC Defensive Player of the Week, as we talked about during pregame. Matondo can really just guard 1 through 5. His versatility makes him such an important player for this team. As Chung tries to go right at Neff, floats it up with the left hand. No good, but a foul.
Chung doing a good job of trying to get to the hoop. He's primarily a volume 3-point shooter. Last 3 games against one of them versus Umpy went 6 for 12. Matthew was only 2 for 5, but then Thomas again 4 for 11. So he's looking to get threes, but kind of like we talked about last game, doing a good job of being a threat inside and then hopefully allowing him to get some shots up later.
Chung, the junior from Poughkeepsie, New York, entering his best season as a Tiger. Averages around 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, has 5 steals, shooting 37% from the floor, and so far is 100% from the foul line. This will be his 34th free throws on the year, and stays perfect at the line. And the Eagles now up by 10. Just under 10 left to play here in this first half. Neff will dish it to Heald. He'll survey the floor, trying to circle around. Dishes it to Matondo. Feeds it to Neff. Over to Heald once again. Chung will be right in his face. Denner giving Neff no room to operate. Goes right into the middle. Step back, Jay. Too pretty for Neff. That angle doesn't seem like it's bothering him in the slightest, guys.
Not at all. Great bucket. He loves to get to the paint and shoot a little bump fade. Sometimes he does a little turnaround, but that is absolutely a shot he's looking to get to a spot.
The All-American
too. He makes it look so easy when he does it.
Yeah, the All-American just so nonchalant with his game. Makes it look so easy, as Logan mentioned. As Chung, wide open 3 from downtown. Can't get it there. Matondo with the rebound. And the struggles from the 3 continue for the Tigers. They're now 2 for 10 in this first half. And the Eagles taking advantage of it once again. As Neff spins off of Dennard and gets sent back by Morrell, but a foul. Man, that would have been quite the circus finish for Neff if he was able to just scoop that off the glass.
Absolutely great take. Did a great job of getting him on his hip with the spin, and then just a little foul on the help side man coming over.
Now, Luke, you've shared the court with Riles Neff for quite some time. What's it like playing with a player who just, as we talked about, just makes the game look so easy in so many different ways?
Well, it's fun to watch, even when you're on the court, I can tell you that much. But the thing I like about Riles Neff the most is he does such a great job of making everybody around him better. Obviously he's playing well. He's playing 33 minutes a game almost, averaging 17 points. But he affects the game in so many ways because obviously he's drawing in so many defenders. But his ability to see the floor and make a play out of that, even in a night where maybe he can't get it going scoring-wise, he affects the game offensively so positively for the Eagles.
I agree with that. I feel like we've seen games where he's not been, which doesn't happen often, where he's not having his best shooting night, but the way he can just make everyone around him much better, feed him the ball, give him the ball in the right spots, and be a facilitator when he needs to and score when he needs to. He does such a good job at that.
Gilmick can really do it all. Here come the Tigers now, down by 14. Denner tries to go into the paint, taken away by Burpee. That's going to be a foul.
Yeah, tough one from Dylan Burpee. He does a good job of getting his hands. It almost looked like from here he deflected it with his left. He deflected the ball with his left hand, but kind of got the offensive player with his right. So,
yeah, we'll stay here with the Tigers now. Here's Morrell over to Moore. She's been relatively quiet in this game so far. Morrell, corner three is up, off the side of the rim, and Burpee comes away with the rebound. Burpee pushing the pace, looking to do it himself, to bring it back out. Finds Matondo at the top of the key. Matondo goes right at Peterson. That's going to be a bump and a foul. The Eagles, guys, we talked about it pretty much every time we're on a broadcast, but the Eagles just love to play so fast at such a high velocity every time. And so far, and on a good night that we're seeing right now, it's so hard to stop when they're playing as fast as they do.
Yeah, we play such a high pace. When we get a defensive rebound, we are looking to push the ball. We don't really want to slow it down. That's where we play best. We have guys that get fly into the corner ready to shoot, and obviously guys like Jeremy Moranto, Riles Neff, Gil Matondo, ready to get to the hoop at any given moment.
As Burpee gets it back from Matondo, playing a two-man game. Matondo for three, gets it to go. And the Eagles cooking on offense right now.
The Eagles passing them a good shot for a great shot. That's decision-making that's really led to this 9-game win streak.
The unselfishness of the Eagles, we talked about a big-time reason why they're playing so well. Offensive foul by Morris, and the Eagles continuing to stay in the driver's seat. And take a look at this. It's been nearly 2 minutes since the Tigers have gotten a field goal to go. The last 2 points coming from Kristen Chung at the free throw line. The Eagles really just dominating both sides of the floor as Matondo hands it off to Maranta, gets it back, spins away off the defense and floats it up and in.
With the offhand too, spinning, puts it up with the left.
As smooth as a Serpa sweatshirt is Gil Matondo in the paint with that hook shot. That was pretty. As here's Tristan George. Hands it off to Jermaine Wheeler. Here's Tanksley. Morrell in the corner. Burpee on him. Tanksley once again. Shot clock down to 10. Just the screen from Wheeler. Tanksley going to do it himself. Fades away, spins off of Henke and gets it to go. Boy, pretty shot from Morkay Tanksley.
The way he could just pogo off that left foot to create separation was pretty impressive on that shot.
Yeah, his separation has been a big aspect of his game. Just being able, one of the reasons why he's able to go is Maranta gets it stripped away by Morris. Dives for it, can't get it back, and here come the Tigers. Morris pushing the pace. Look at how fast he gets up the floor. It's taken away by Maranta. Here's Heald. Heald with an easy two-pointer there. And Connor Heald adding to his impressive game. He's now got 6 on the game. 4 of 5 shooting.
Doing a great job again, just finding himself easy buckets. That's the second, third one in transition, and just all start on the defensive end with Ty Henke there.
Yeah, we're going to keep it right here from the timeout. And guys, if you're the Tigers, what are you trying to do to get back into this game? The Eagles really just in control on both sides of the floor. It seems like the Tigers have had some good looks, but haven't been able to get anything going. Logan, if you're the Tigers, how do you turn this around?
Drive and kick. I feel like a lot of their drives just haven't been suffocating defense by the Eagles. Not a lot of opportunity for the Tigers at the rim. So maybe drive and kick, get your shooters in the right spot, get them set up and spot up shots.
Yeah, then the Eagles doing a great job of packing the paint. The Tigers don't shoot the 3-ball particularly well, and that's proving to be a weak point right now.
The Eagles really just taking control on both sides of the floor, not making anything easy. You see a little bit of a 2-3 zone here. As Tristan George lines it up from outside and strings it. A beautiful shot and good ball movement from the Tigers. Definitely what the doctor ordered on that play. And here come the Eagles now, up by 16, just under 6 left to play. Matondo has rushed right in his face. Just to kick it out to Heald before he stepped out of bounds. Over to Maranta. Morris in his grill. Trying to dump it downstairs to Lewis. Corralled by Matondo, slapped away by Rush. Picked up by Lewis, and the Eagles continuing to get away with these loose balls. As Lewis finds Matondo. Shot clock down to 3. Matondo steps back. Was blocked by Morris. 24-second violation. Good defensive stance for Cobleskill.
Absolutely. They continue to play with such high intensity on the defensive end, and they're just looking to get a few buckets here on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've had a lot of good looks in this game. They're 7 for 19, 1 for 6 from 3. So they've had some good looks, but just haven't been able to convert. Of course, the Husson defense doing a great job of not making anything easy. And as we saw in the women's game, making Cobleskill look very uncomfortable on the court here. Essentially has Lewis outside of the paint, tries to dish it back out, tried to find Morris. Crowd at half court, Allo right in his face. Morris will step into a three. Gets nothing there. And Allo sends it back from the much taller Wheeler, but he gets it back and puts it up and in. Good strong play by Allo, but Wheeler cleans it up, and here come the Eagles. Allo goes right inside, tried to scoop it up, no good there. Wheeler with the rebound. Here come the Tigers. Morris, one man to beat, dumps it downstairs, and Hill with the massive rejection. Good transition defense. Upstairs to Maranta. Lays it up and in. Allen, no good, but right there to clean it up. But, man, what a sequence we just saw right there, guys.
Absolutely. Connor Hill with the block, and then we back in transition. It's exactly where we want to play. Obviously, Tobe Allen missed the first layup, but then got it back and finished the play on the other end.
Jumpman. Heels up to something right there. Wow, what a play. That was great. Connor Hill, that's one of those things that he can do for you on the court. As we talked about, doesn't really shoot the ball that well from three, but his defense and his rebounding makes him such a versatile player. He's got the responsibility of guarding Wheeler. Here's Morris. Tries to drive it inside. The Eagles swarming every player going into the paint as Tanksley lines it up from three. No good there. A bit of a miscue for the Eagles. Nonetheless, it will stay here.
Wheeler not too happy about that one. I think he thinks that one went off the Eagles.
Yeah, there was Hill and Maranta in the paint, and Wheeler thought that that was going to be off of them. Nonetheless, here come the Eagles. He was moving it around, up by 16, just over 4 left to play. Here's Matondo, finds a cutting Maranta. Outside to Allo, makes a man miss. Steps in, Lewis finds a cutting Allo. With the hang time, I think he got blocked right there partially, but Maranta cleans up the mess. And the Eagles continuing to roll on offense.
Not quite sure what I saw right there, Sam, but nonetheless, 2 points is 2 points.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it goes in. Here come the Tigers now. Here's Tristan George. Swings it over to Rush. Tondo in his face, tries to find a cutting Wheeler, no good there. And here come the Eagles. Maranta doing it all himself. Downstairs to Matondo. Floats it off the glass, no good there. Maranta types it to Lewis. No good there on the play once again. A lot of offensive rebounds, but couldn't get anything to go there. As George goes right at Hield. That time blocked, but a foul.
Yeah, tough one from Connor Hield there. I actually think he got part of the ball, but where he swiped over with his left hand instead of keeping it on that right side, just the officials are going to see that as a foul almost every time.
Yeah, but you got to respect the tenacity of Connor Hield trying to get yet another highlight play, and nonetheless, the result in George going into the free throw line.
Freshman getting it done.
George, a 60% free throw shooter on the year. He's played 191 minutes, around 4 points per game. As Wheeler takes a seat, and the freshman Andrew Wright checks into the game, and Christian Chung comes back in. George can get the second one to fall. Here come the Eagles. Allen with a rush on his back, finds a cut in Matondo. Oh! And a scary play. It was a very scary fall from Matondo. It seemed like anything intentional from Rush. Nonetheless, that will be
intentional, though. This ref right here called that.
Yep. From our angle, it looked like Rush wasn't trying to do anything but meticulous there or anything malicious on Matondo. Nonetheless, the officials, like Lou said, saw it to be way too much contact. And that's definitely not the way you want things to fall if you're the Tigers. Struggling early on and then having a foul like that kind of takes the wind out of your sail. Matondo goes perfect from the line. He's got 7 on the game now.
Yeah, good thing to see he's feeling all right. A little bit of a hard foul, just a hard landing too, right? But he's up. He's ready to keep playing.
And Logan, we've talked about it so many times we've done broadcasts together. Gil Matondo is built Tonka tough. He is built like that, definitely. As he gets the cut and the pass from Allo and lays it up and in.
I mean, how do you defend that? So tall, he's got great length, great strength, strong with the basketball. He goes straight up with it. When he's underneath the basket, it's hard to defend him. He plays like a post player underneath the basket.
Tigers, great ball movement in this possession. George outside to Chung. No hesitation for 3. Bang. Great shot from Chung to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit, but here come the Eagles, continuing to play so fast.
Yeah, 42 points with 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. pushing the pace on offense, and it seems to be working for the Eagles.
It's absolutely where we live. The Eagles love to play in transition. Like I said, Connor Heald get into the corner. Turnover from Allo there.
George comes away with the steal. Tanksley, Chung, back-to-back threes. You bet! Christian Chung, 2 possessions, 2 threes. And a quick 6-0 run, personally by Chung. With just over 2 left to play in this first half. Teal gets the pass, dishes it to Maranta. Circles around, feeds it to Matondo. Tries to go at Chung, takes advantage of the mismatch and puts it up and in. Il Matondo, 9 points.
That's the strength we talk about, him just going right up with the basketball, being strong with his body, controlling the basketball, putting it up and in.
Excuse me, that's now 11 points for Matondo as Chalik Rush can't get it to go. Chung corrals the rebound, almost did it himself again. Steps back on Allo. Man, that would have been a highlight play right there. Just gets nothing but air on that play. Goes back to the Eagles.
Yeah, he was feeling himself after 2 in a row, which, I don't blame him. The Eagles got to do a good job of finding him in transition and not letting him catch and get an easy one.
Yeah, those last 2 threes by Chung, a little Lou Caruso-esque.
I also wonder how they'll deal with the minutes by Riles Neff now that we saw him go down with an injury early in this one. How much do we save his ankle?
Allo can't get it to go. Here come the Tigers. Tanksley goes right at Matondo, and a tough finish from Marquet Tanksley, going right at the back-to-back Defensive Player of the Week. Just over a minute left to play now. Eagles still in the driver's seat. Jeremy Maranta crosses over, goes right at the defense and lays it up and in. And Jeremy Maranta doing what he does best, penetrating the defense and floating it up and in. Tigers now could go 2 for 1 here if they like. Chung looking to do it himself, finds Rush. Outside to Tankley. Tankley looking to control the offense. Rush will cut to the baseline. Trying to find a cutting right. Allo sniffed it out like a bloodhound, and it's going to stay here with the Tigers.
And the Tigers looking to isolate Jeremy Maranta on the block, but I can tell you right now, that's not a defensive message they want.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say they act like he's not used to that. Jeremy Maranta is used to living in the post and getting his work in down there.
A tough shot from Tristan George in the corner.
And if he ever needs help, there's Tope Allo the poke it right from behind, come out of nowhere, the blind spot, and force a turnover. That's why the Eagles are just so effective. You can't just isolate Jeremy Maranta in the post and expect to get an easy bucket.
14-point lead. Maranta will hold it down. 10 seconds left. It's the screen from Lewis. Looking to do it himself. Picks it out, steps through. Heald, steps back for the 3. Rattles in and out. Boy, that would have been a big-time shot, but nonetheless, that takes us to halftime. The Eagles fully control the 14-point lead over the Fighting Tigers of SUNY Cobleskill. Some quick stats for you. Leading the way for the Eagles is Matondo. 11 points, 4 for 9 from the game, 1 for 3 from downtown. Having himself a phenomenal showing. Connor Heald doing his thing, 8 points, 4 of 5. And Maranta, 6 points, 3 of 4 from the field. As for the Tigers, we got Marquet Tanks leading the way, 9 points. Christian Chung with 8 of his own. Tristan George right there behind him, 2 for 2 from downtown. As we'll be right back for the second half of action in 15 minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Set to get underway here for the second half of action. The Eagles holding a 14-point lead over the Tigers of SUNY Cobleskill. Once again, I'm Sam Miller alongside Logan Martin and Luke Caruso. Guys, seemed like nothing was really going for the Tigers in that first half. 40% from the field goal, 30% from three, a minus 14 in the box plus minus. What can we see from them, Logan, to really just have them turn things around and come back into this game?
Yeah, I know. Looking at the box scores, Tanksley with 9, Chung with 8. You know, 2 players that are the highest scoring players for this Tigers team. It's kind of interesting. I was looking at the sheets at halftime, and not a single player, actually one player, Green, is the only player averaging above 10 points for this Tigers team. So, you know, just to see the ball spread around and just find open looks is their best bet to come back in this game.
Now, Luke, if you're the Eagles and you're Coach Warren Caruso, of course, you couldn't be happier with the way you played. Flying around the court, moving the ball well, shooting pretty well as well. I mean, 54% from the field, 71% from the free throw line, 27% from three. If you're in the locker room, what's the mindset?
Well, it's obviously keep pushing the pace. We're doing what we do best very well right now. We're defending well, we're transitioning well, we're moving the ball. And right now, I think, I'm sure what Coach Caruso was saying is we cannot start flat in the second half. This first, not third quarter literally, but this first, 8-minute stretch in the second half is really crucial, especially with a 14-point lead. We really got to work to push this to 18, 20, 25 and close out the game early. We cannot let them go on a quick 8-0 run.
And we saw last game with the women's game when the Husson women's team down 10, down 11 points coming out of halftime, and just able to piece it one possession at a time together, stack those possessions, and built their way back to a lead and ultimately won the game. So, Husson can't shy away from any tempo in the second half. They got to be all gas, no brakes, just like they were in the first.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot during these broadcasts, but basketball nowadays has evolved to a point where even a 14-point lead is not safe, as Matondo can't get it to go. Maranta once again with the rebound. Corrals it, dumps it downstairs to Matondo, finds Lewis, and great ball movement once again for the Eagles.
I was hoping to get a dunk for Scott Lewis today, but guess he's not quite feeling it.
Scott Lewis, a little Kristaps Porzingis-esque with the way he plays. Loves to favor those smaller matchups in the post. Can take it at those bigger ones as well. Can shoot from three. Matondo nearly got the steal. Peterson corrals it. Goes right at Lewis. Floats it up and in the paint.
Not an easy shot over Scott Lewis there. Gets it to go.
That's Peterson's first basket of the game. He's now 1 for 3. Here come the Eagles. Matondo gets the handoff from Lewis. Feeds it to Maranta. Has Chung right in his face. Has to cross him over. Gets the screen from Neff. As he goes right into the paint. Floats it up. No good there. Good defense by Chung, who comes away with a rebound. Pushing the pace. Chung finds Chalik Rush. Can't hold on to the ball. And here comes Matondo. Tried to find a cutting Maranta. Couldn't do it there. Heel takes it himself. Scoops it up. No good there, but a foul. Heel continuing to play so fast and with so much velocity. We talked about it so many times during these games. He's become such a standout player for this Eagles squad.
Absolutely. That's a great example of what he does best. He's pushing in transition, and as a shooter, he could sit in this corner and wait, but he sees the opportunity to attack the paint and, keeps cutting to the hoop, and now he's got 2 free throws.
When you have injuries to people like Andrew McCauley and Eric Ehlers, who both are so crucial to this Eagles' success. Ehlers, of course, last year shot around 5 for 10, near 50% from the three-point line. In that championship game, McCauley, the do-it-all point guard who can pass, shoot, rebound, defend, very much a 5-tool player for this Eagles team. Hield is really just fit. He's just a brand-new piece of the puzzle for this Eagles team, and he's fit in perfectly. And the Tigers now. Here comes Chung. Lead back at a 15. Tanksley tries to go at Lewis. Good stance right there. Tanksley goes right at him once again, fading away. Good contest. Here come the Eagles. Neff finds Matondo. Circles around. Here's Lewis. Thought about the three. Takes it back out with Rush in his face. Finds Neff. Eagles continuing to swing the ball around. Matondo has the size differential. Rush came over to help last minute. Came away with the rebound. He got fouled by Hield.
Tough foul. We don't like that one 94 feet away from the basket, that's for sure. But Jeremy just doing what he does best, trying to hustle, and unfortunately gets called for the foul there.
Yes, that was on Maranta.
Okay. Jeremy's one of few players I've seen in my life that plays the guard position, can dribble all around the court from the mid-range up close to the basket, can post up. He seriously can do anything that that's on the stat sheet, which is pretty impressive for a player. We're all talking, us three in the booth at halftime, and Luke mentioned like his best games are when he's getting 12 points and 12 rebounds and just, contributing to the rebound differential and just getting all over the place, being in the right place at the right time, offensive and defensive rebounds. He's just really impressive to watch.
Yeah, the best way to describe him is tenacious by every 7 definition of the word.
There it is.
As he comes away with a steal, takes it away from 3 Tigers players. Matondo goes right at Peterson, gets it blocked, but corrals this miss. Takes it back out. Ronda downstairs. Here's Neff. Makes the defender miss. Fadeaway jump shot. No good there. Chung with the rebound.
That reverse pivot, like that takes a very special player to like reverse pivot and fade away on a mid-range shot.
As another steal from Maranta, back-to-back possessions.
Ooh.
Spins in the paint, pirouettes off the glass, and it's good! Jeremy Maranta, right on cue, is showcasing why he is such a versatile player. He's got 8 on the game now.
Reminds me a lot of Marcus Smart when he was on the Celtics, just his ability to post up and be physical underneath the hoop.
That's a really good comparison as well, yeah. Very tenacious defense, but can really score if you leave him open for any given point. As Morris lines it up from 3 off the front rim, tapped by Neff, and here comes Matondo. He'll do this from time to time. He'll push the pace.
Ooh.
The hero step outside the heel. Makes the man miss. Over to Maranta. Upstairs to Lewis. Tries to take it himself. Maranta. Matondo. Corner 3 is money! Money Matondo from the corner.
Great shot from Gill and just awesome ball movement from the Eagles, even in transition. Just finding the right guy. They're doing a great job of passing up a good shot for a great shot and obviously getting it done, making them.
All right, and we got a timeout by the Tigers. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Husson Eagles Sports Network. All right, back in action here. Eagles up 20. Some newly checked in players for the Tigers. You got Quinier Green checked into the game now. Chung finds Peterson, finds a cutting rush, and scoops it off the glass. Good play there from Rush to stop the bleeding a little bit for the Tigers. Eagles now once again still in control of the game, but cannot let up at any minute. Can't let up, that is. Healed, wide open for 3. No good there. Maranta nearly got the rebound. Marque Tanksley takes it away. And here come the Eagles. Tanksley spins off Maranta. Can't get it to fall, and here come the Eagles. Neff will control the pace once again for the Eagles. Matondo with the foul line. Healed. In the corner, finds Neff once again. Threads to Maranta. Matondo downstairs to Lewis. It's whacked by Peterson in a foul. Scott Lewis is one of those players, guys, who even if he doesn't fill up the stat sheet on every given night, he just does those little things that make the team so much more successful on any given night.
Absolutely, and really that's what makes this Eagles team so good is that we have guys that can score the ball at such a high level, but we have the entire team doing the little things very, very well, and whoever scores, whoever gets the rebounds, it all comes together. We're playing so well as a team right now.
That's what the best teams do, and that's what the best coaches preach to the team. Do the little things right, attention to detail, consistency, high effort, and that's what the Eagles do.
Tigers looking to come back from a very big deficit as Neff swats it away from Peterson. Nearly saved by Lewis. He's going to stay here with the Tigers. And Luke, being on the team and having a coach like Coach Caruso at the top of the helm, those things that we talked about, consistency, shooting, and stuff like that, how heavily emphasized are those things in the locker room and in practice?
Absolutely. I mean, those are things that we talk about every day. Do the little things right. Be really good at doing the simple things. And that's what's going to lead us to succeed. He really preaches, consistency, whether it's offensive, defensive floor. His biggest thing is, execution. So whatever the game plan is, whether it's offensive or defensively, how well can we execute? And that's when we play at the highest level.
Coach Caruso, the best of the best in the North Atlantic Conference. The Tigers, once again, can't get it to go. Lewis thought about the three. Rush with a great closeout. Tries to back him down. No good there. Rush getting right in his face. Pokes it away.
Neff was hoping for the ball there, I think. Scott just didn't quite see him.
Matondo will inbound. Matondo, a very quiet 16 points on 5 of 12 shooting for the game. Not very often you see Matondo being the leading scorer for the Eagles, but today he's really just showcasing his versatility of both offense and defense. See, cuts it downstairs to Lewis, can't get it to go, and here come the Tigers. Here's Tristan George.
Scott Lewis, I don't think if he wasn't worried about the foul right there, he might have been able to get an offensive rebound and put back up. So that's the little things we talk about.
Yeah, nonetheless, it will stay here. It will go to the Tigers, and here is Green. George off the screen. He'll let it fly from top of the key. Nothing there going for him. Goes back to the Eagles. It's been that kind of game for the Tigers. They're 4-17 from downtown, only shooting around 27% on the year. They've had a lot of good looks, haven't been able to get anything to go. Esperanza was clapping for it. He was open for a minute, and Rush closed out. Downstairs to Lewis. Cross court to Heald. Swings it around, and here's Neff. Maranta, Lewis once again. Little elbow jump shot, no good there. Corralled by Rush. Rush tries to find a cutting Quinn here. Green taken away by Heald.
Those skip passes by the Eagles against the zone are crucial to get the defense to shift. Sorry, Luke, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying 2 Eagles on that ball with the pass and transition, doing a great job defending in transition.
Peterson goes right at Neff, can't get it to go. Tanksley across the rebound, blocked, but a foul. I believe it's going to go on Matondo. Yep, that'll be on Matondo. And Tanksley will be at the line shooting too.
And I meant to ask at halftime, Luke, but is there a backstory of Riles Neff coming from California to Maine? Like a real recruiting story? I know there are some cool ones for the football team in terms of Coach Clark getting some recruits over from across the country, maybe from Florida or across from in California. And it's just interesting to know how, or to understand like how a player, such a good player like Riles Neff from California across the country, knows about Husson University and wants to come play here.
Yeah, I'm not quite positive. I believe he knows one of our alumni back playing for Coach Caruso. I say way back in the day, but maybe I shouldn't. But I believe that Riles was playing for one of the alumni and just was looking for a new opportunity and found his home here with the Eagles.
Yeah, I think we can speak for all of us here at Husson up here in the booth and in our sports information department that we could not be any more fortunate to have someone like Riles Neff's caliber playing for our team. Super lucky to have someone of his talent. He's going to stay here with the Eagles. Checking into the game, Allo and Henke into the game as Matondo and Lewis took a seat. Henke having a pretty solid game too, 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, has 7 points. Lewis corrals it, and the lead continues to blossom for the Eagles.
Does Coach Caruso have a playbook, like a big playbook with a bunch of plays on it, or is it just kind of like top of his mind? He just knows basketball. He knows what to set up in what situation.
Just all in his head at this point. At least I haven't seen the book.
That'd be a thick book if every single play got written down.
No kidding. Yeah, it's all in his head at this point.
Moranczyk finds a cutting Heald. Lewis not taking a seat. Stays in the game. Heald now once again trying to look for Maranta in the post. Clearly favoring the matchup as Allo gets it back. Here's Lewis. Lewis trying to go at Peterson. Nothing happening there. Maranta downstairs. He'll float it up. No good there. Peterson trying to tap it to a teammate. Gets it to George. Pushes the pace once again as the Tigers. Peterson, George, Dennard. Wide open for 3. Off the back rim.
They're getting the opportunities. They're getting the looks from 3. They're just not knocking them down.
Green with a great step-through shot and sent back by Connor Heald.
It's got to be like the third or fourth block we've seen from Connor Heald. I know you got the live stats pulled up.
That's block number 2 for Connor Heald on the game. Would have been 3 with that foul earlier. Did not
Yes,
count.
that's what I'm thinking of, yep.
Doing a great job not giving up on the play. You know, obviously, offensive player got him a little bit with that step through, but recovers excellently.
Connor Heald, we talked about, just a perfect cog in the wheel that is this Eagles team. Just fits in seamlessly with pretty much any group that he's in. It just seems like you could put him in with the starters, you could put him in with that second unit. Regardless, he's going to get stuff done, and he's really showcased why he's going to be such an important piece of this building block of the future for this Eagles team.
Absolutely, yeah. He's shooting 43% on the field for the season, and on top of that, you know, 2 games ago against Johnson, he had 19, went 3 for 6 from the 3, and against UMass, it was one of my favorite games to watch. Was when they were on their Daytona trip. You know, only had 10 points, but came down with 19 rebounds. Just, again, another way that he affects the game in so many different calibers.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to call some games here up in the booth where it was a game against Maine Maritime not too long ago where he iced the game with a killer three-pointer from the left-hand corner, and it was just so much fun to watch. He's one of those players, as I mentioned, he's going to be so important to this foundation of the Eagles' future. It's one of those big building blocks, along with Andre McCauley, Nez Perkins, Jason Van Beveren, and, you know, Jay Higgins, people like that who are just going to be so crucial. And once they get their moments to shine, they definitely will, and they have. As Denner gets the pass from Tanksley, kicks it outside to Green. Allen right in his face, making nothing easy with that Drew Holiday level defense. Had to kick it back out. Denner takes a wild three-pointer, no good there. And taken away by Allo. Allo playing with a turbo on his feet as he Euros into the lane.
Wow.
Running through the 6 is Tope Allo. What a great play.
Way to stay with it, too. That was that's the definition of a 50-50 ball right there. Both teams, both players fighting for the basketball. Tope Allo just out-hustles them.
And that's just been his name in the game since coming to Husson. As Tanksley tried to hang in the air, gets his own miss. Allo just so dynamic and just making nothing easy come to any offensive player that he's guarding. He has some of the best defense in the entire North Atlantic Conference when it comes to his on-ball peskiness, his ability to just get into his opponent's head and make things so hard for them on the offensive side of the ball.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but every great team has a player like Tope Allo, not necessarily just like how he plays, but someone who hustles all around the court, plays great defense, goes and gets boards.
And speaking of getting boards, Maranta skying for the rebound. Finds Allo once again. Cross court to Henke.
Oh, make that one more.
Here's Allo. Makes the man miss. Goes right inside. Dumps it downstairs to Maranta. The hang time is up and backs it off the glass. Walking with his banker is Jeremy Maranta.
Tope Allo just making it look so smooth. Just a great little dump pass to Jeremy for an easy bucket.
The Eagles just continuing their onslaught. And now the Tigers 1 for 12 in their last few shots. Make that 1 for 13 as Allo tried skying for the rebound off Denner. Back to the Eagles.
How much are the practices for the men's team? How much of it is scrimmage compared to skill and just like ball handling and other work like that?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely do plenty of skill work, but, you know, the majority comes into situational, working on our coverages offensively and defensively. So definitely plenty of live scrimmage. You know, I always think it's the best way to understand and play together.
That's how I felt as a basketball player. I'm not really a ball player, but scrimmage, I just like the fast pace. It's situational, like you said, knowing where to be. And
ball taken away. The Eagles really just dominating the offensive glass now. 13 offensive rebounds compared to the 12 by the Tigers, but 22 defensive rebounds as opposed to the 16. And speaking of rebounds, Jeremy Maranta, just as right now we're just learning that as George misses the layup, he has 13 rebounds on the game. Maranta showcasing why he was in the top 10 last season in the NAC in terms of rebounds. Allo fakes the move, floats it up, no good there. Burby tried to clean it up, couldn't get it to go, and here comes Green. Pushing the pace, goes right into the defense, finds George in the corner. Skips it out, Allo again playing so pesky on the defensive side of the ball. Here's Tanksley. Matondo switches on. Just to his left, here's Denner. Drives right into the middle, floats it up inside, no good there. Wheeler stripped away by Burby outside to George. I think Burby got a piece of that as well. Tanksley defensive rebound, floats it off of Matondo. They'll stay here with the Tigers.
A lot of opportunities again for the Tigers, not able to capitalize.
Eagles just got to finish a defensive possession there with a rebound. Just unfortunately letting the Tigers get a few more rebounds than they should have.
I don't think they were expecting the initial shot from Denner to go in. It looked like he had an easy layup, but it just floated off the back rim, and it resulted in a couple hustle plays for the Tigers. Nonetheless, Morris will try to inbound. Nearly a 5-second violation as Chalik Rush gets it back to Morris. Hands it up there, Henke in his face. Dennard, cross court, here's Green. Screens Allo, switches on to Matondo. As Green goes right into the defense, sent back by Burpee. Dennard with a wide open three, can't get it to go. And corralled by Burpee. Good play there from the freshman. Another one of those big foundation pieces for the Eagles. As it was knocked out of bounds by the Tigers. But Burpee touched it last, so it would go back to the Tigers as well. Denner will take a seat. Adrian Beto checking into the game. Has only played 70 minutes on the year, but has had some pretty stellar games. Around 2 points per game, 2 rebounds a game, 30% from the field, 37% from three. Can light it up definitely when he gets his opportunities. As Rush steps back on Allo. Can't get it to go. And the Tigers now are still just scoreless in these last few minutes.
Ooh.
As Allo with a beautiful pass to Burpee. And Allo, the beautiful vision once again.
It has some English on it.
A spoonful of sugar for Tope Allo. That's 5 assists now on the game.
That wasn't an easy pass. Dewey bounced past that. Met his cutting teammate. Great pass.
Ruskin in the drought, and Allo skying for the rebound. You ever heard that phrase, I want to be like Mike? I want to have hops like Allo. They should just change that right then and now. If he had a shoe, that thing would sell so fast.
I think if we had hops like Al, we'd try out for the basketball team.
Probably. As he misses from the top of the key, Burpee can't get the rebound.
Oh, no.
And here's Beto.
Holding his knee, I thought.
Henke up and active. Downstairs to Wheeler. Blocked by Matondo, but a foul.
Yeah, Ty Henke going down in the backcourt. I thought he had a knee injury. He was holding his knee instantly. It didn't look good, but he able to get back right up.
Not quite sure what happened there. Might have just got knee to knee on that offensive rebound or defensive rebound on the other end.
Those never feel good.
Yeah, a little scary for Henke, especially because he was out for quite a stretch with an injury of his own. But since he's came back, he's just been as productive as ever for this Eagles team.
Absolutely, especially since that trip to Florida on that Daytona trip. He went 9 for 13 over those 2 games. Just shot the lights out and continuing to play well since they've been back.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's just the beauty, like we talked about, just having a team as deep as the Eagles. When you have someone like Henke and Allo, Burpee, Heald, and the rest just coming off the bench, it just makes you so much scarier throughout the season and makes you just such a threat come playoff time. As we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one, too. Don't go anywhere, folks. Be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. All right, back in action here for the last 7.5 minutes of the game. Eagles maintaining a 21-point lead over the Fighting Tigers of SUNY Cobleskill. Luke, we take a look at the Eagles and how they've been able to open up this lead. What's been working for them?
Well, I mean, really started on the defensive end, holding the Cobleskill Tigers to only 42 points. 75% of the way through the game has been a huge help. And obviously they're playing great on the offensive end. Another great pass from Tope Allo. Just all around, just playing great as a team today.
Yeah, I mean, right on cue, Tope Allo has had a very quiet yet productive game. 10 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and a block in 21 minutes. The sophomore really pulling his weight in this game as Burpee gets to the line. Calmly nails that one. And Logan, the Eagles have made nothing easy on the Fighting Tigers in this game. Cobleskill has not been able to find. They've had some good looks, but haven't been able to convert a lot of second chance opportunities. What's been going on with the Tigers, and how have they been able to, and how have the Eagles been able to just kind of stop them on offense?
Yeah, I think the bigger story is just about the Eagles and how much problems they create for their opponents. Just the pace they play at while being so efficient, and the consistency with the efficiency, and getting to the basket, hitting shots when you're open, feeding the hot hand. Like, they do all the little things and big things right, and it's just making it hard for the Tigers to find any area to really take advantage of.
That's right on cue. Henke comes away with a steal. That's now 9 steals for the Eagles in this game, really just controlling the offensive or the defensive side of the paint or of the floor. Isla finds a wide open Henke. He'll let it fly. 0 hesitation. No good there. And Rush comes away with a rebound. Here come the Tigers. Here's Chung. Finds Morris. He's had a pretty quiet game of his own. Kicks it outside. Here's Beto for 3. Off the back rim. Wheeler corrals it. Goes right at Burpee and lays it up and in. Soft touch.
That no-look pass by Morris set up that open 3, just not able to capitalize. We've mentioned it plenty of times. Just plenty of opportunity at the 3-point line for the Tigers. They just can't hit them.
Yeah, got a timeout from the Eagles. We'll keep it right here. And on the topic of Elijah Morris, coming into this game averaging around 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists per game. In this game, guys, though, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3 in 19 minutes. Does have a steal, assist, and a block. And you got to give a lot of credit to the Eagles defenders, really just throwing him out of a rhythm and not letting him get comfortable in any sense.
Absolutely, especially for the Eagles defensively, playing against Morris and Chung. Those are kind of Cobleskill's 2 guys, and really limiting their offensive efficiency has been a key factor in keeping the team, only 44 points throughout this contest.
Morris, 15 points per game, and along with Green, who averages around 13 points per game. He's only up to 7 in this one. 2 points in this one. Herbie dumps it downstairs to Maranta. Double teamed in the paint, taken away by Beto. Tigers pushing the pace again. Morris couldn't handle the ball. Henke ends up with it. And here goes Matondo. 6 minutes left to play. Just about in this second half. Matondo goes right at Wheeler.
Wow.
Soft little hook shot. Rolls all the way around the rim and in. Matondo, 18 points now on the game.
He's got to be probably the most improved player for the Eagles, I'd say, over the past couple of years from what I've watched broadcasting and calling games. He's definitely up there in production and improvement, and just every year just seems like he's getting better and better.
Absolutely, and I think it really comes down to comfort. Like, he just needed to get comfort in what he was doing, and now he's tackling the hoop with such tenacity and doing very well.
Morris kicking it to go once again. Allo with the rebound. He'll go at Beto. Maranta still trying to play with a little bit of feistiness here as he gets the pass from Burpee. Morris on him. Finds a cutting Henke. He'll pull up from the elbow. Too easy for Ty Henke. The Eagles just putting on a clinic on offense. That's now 17 assists for the team. The ball movement, as we mentioned in this game, has been so good, and they've been able to tear apart and pick apart this Tigers defense. Beto tries to go at Henke. Nothing happening there. Great defense. Dumps it downstairs to Wheeler, and he lays it up and in. Good patience from Beto, and good patience from Wheeler to lay that up and in.
The Eagles up 22, still pushing the pace.
Rattles in and out for Henke. Eagles stay with the ball. Beto pokes it away.
That was impressive, Coach.
He's got a little pep in his step still.
Yeah, Coach Caruso.
He still kept his arms crossed, too. It was just a
kind of looked like a Matrix in a way. Just saw the ball coming in slow motion and just moved his head out of the way.
He's over there he's showing it off.
Now he's bragging about it. Yeah, see, that's the problem.
You guys be playing dodgeball at practice?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like a UFC fighter right there. Maranta gets it. Checking in now is Lewis, and Hamza Abdul-Rahman hasn't seen a lot of minutes this season, but he's one of those guys who's just, as there's a foul on the play, it's going to go against Andrew Wright, who checked in, but Luke, Hamza Abdul-Rahman is one of those players who, despite the fact he doesn't get a lot of minutes, he's somebody you want to play with on the court, somebody you want to make the extra pass to, someone who's very charismatic and leads the team with so much energy.
Absolutely. By no means does he lead the team in minutes, but Hamza is a crucial part of this team. He's a locker room guy. He puts so much work in, and he makes his teammates better every single day.
Every team has or needs someone like Abdul-Rahman on their roster. As Neff kicks it out to Lewis. Makes right miss. Up and under move by Lewis as he nearly banked it home. Maranta skies for the rebound. That's going to stay here.
How many rebounds is he up at now?
Looks like from Maranta, that's rebound number 14 on the game. Showcasing why once again, as we talked about, in the top 10 as he finds a cutting Abdul Rahman. Can't get it to go. Gets his own miss. Puts it back up and in! As he gets a standing ovation from the bench and a roar from the crowd. Abdul Rahman, what a play.
Shifting back to Jeremy Maranta, I wonder how much the opposing team has to, do post defense work with their guards coming into matchups when they play the Eagles, because all the work is being done by Jeremy Maranta down in the paint. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, cleaning up stuff.
Makes him such a matchup nightmare for any opposing team because he can cook you on the perimeter, but then also just make you pay in the paint if you just don't value his bag enough. As he finds Henke in the corner, Matondo now. It's the screen from Maranta. As a mismatch on Chung will try to exploit it. Bagging him down. Has to go up. Trying to find a cutting Maranta. Will reset. Shot clock down to 5. Maranta will let it fly from the corner. No good there. And rebounded by a newly checked in Brady Whipple. As Andrew Wright goes right at Abdul Rahman. Good defense there. And here come the Eagles. Henke over to Matondo, who lays it up and did. And Matondo now cracking 20 points on the night. I think your case for most improved player for the Eagles, Logan, holds a lot more of an argument now. As Chung, no good from 3. And here, Tigers get it back. Beto surveying the floor, tries to pull it back out. Matondo right in his face. Drives to his left, poked away by Abdul Rahman. He's got some space, and he's going to lay it up and in. 3 possessions, 2 buckets for Hamza Abdul Rahman.
Great job pushing the break by the Eagles there. And looks like we got a couple of substitutions coming in. Finish the game.
Yep, we got the freshman Jason Van Beveren checking in, as well as the junior Charlie Katsiafikas. 2 players who don't really see a lot of minutes, but will bring a lot of value to this team as the future progresses. Katsiafikas in particular is definitely one of those guys that if you leave him open, he will make you pay. I've been fortunate enough to go to a few of the Eagles practices and talk to some of the players, see how they have their in and outs. And I can't really say there's a certain time where I've seen Katsiafikas miss more than 2 shots in a practice. He's definitely one of the most dynamic shooters when he gets into the game and gets his chance to come in. And an interesting double big lineup here. They got Lewis and Van Beveren holding it down in that front court. Just under 3 left to play. Eagles up 28. Beto gets around Abdul Rahman from the screen from right. Hands it off. And the 3 by the newly checked in Dylan Colwell. Nothing but air. And Jay Higgins now checking into the game for Lewis. He'll take a much-deserved rest. Higgins, Van Beveren, Perkins, Burpee, Heald, Allo, McCauley, just a few of those players who are really going to be such big parts of this team going forward. The Eagles continuing to move the ball around despite the massive lead. Maranta goes right into the paint. Outside to Abdul Rahman. Thought about the 3, dumps it downstairs. Pretty good to go as Whipple comes away with it. Here's Colwell. Goes right at Katsiafikas. Oh, and a blocking foul on the play. It looks like Katsiafikas might have gotten his feet set, but it looks like he turned his body at the last second. Absorbed the contact. That's going to be a foul on the play.
Guess not on the shot. Guess it's going to be on the floor.
Stay here with the Tigers. Colwell trying to find a man. Outside to Whipple. He'll shoot with 0 hesitation, and he fleeces that one home. Whipple checking into the game. Doesn't play a lot of minutes. It's his first 3-pointer of the game as Abdul Rahman lines it up and banks it home from 3. Sweet string music for Hamza Abdul Rahman. He's got a nice 7 points off the bench as Whipple tries again. No good there.
Hamza's got the whole bench off of their seats now.
Katsiafikas trying to find a cutting Higgins. Fakes it, puts it up, and too easy for the big man. Great vision by Charlie Katsiafikas to find the cutting Higgins. And the Eagles, guys, from start to finish, they've been in complete control of this game. Beto now with Maranta in his face. Just Just working against the clock from here on out. Minute 20 left to play. Vito goes right at Katsiafikas. No good there. Higgins skies for the board, and here come the Eagles. Maranta. Van Beveren goes right at Whipple. Tried to bang it off the glass. No good there. Higgins corrals the rebound. Throws it off. Almost out of bounds. Saved by Katsiafikas. It's Maranta. Abdul-Rahman. Zero hesitation. No good there. The bench would have exploded once again if Abdul-Rahman got that one to go. Vito. Katsiafikas in his grill. Dishes it out to Whipple. Outside to DeLon Dean. No good there. Tracked down by Whipple. Nearly threw it up under the basket and in once again.
Probably got a foul call after the last 2.5 minutes, but Tigers on the line.
Whipple, a 33% free throw shooter on the year, only played 68 minutes coming into this game. As we got a couple more substitutions coming in, we're going to hear a roar from the crowd from these two. Got Jeremiah Grissom and Bryce Taggett coming into the game for Abdul-Rahman and Maranta.
Watch out, Bryce Tackett. If he gets space, he will fire a three from anywhere inside the white line. So be ready for that.
Yeah, and his first tenure here with Husson, he did come back this year. His first tenure here, as Luke mentioned, the kid's a knockdown shooter. You can really hit it from anywhere on the court. You give him even the smallest amount of space, he will make you pay. Katsiafikas in the corner. Dumps it downstairs to Grissom. Attacking in the corner. Serving the defense. Downstairs to Van Beveren. Poked away, but a foul.
Eagles doing a good job, obviously up a sizable amount with 30 seconds to go, and they're still, running offense, working on what they do best. Kind of comes back to what we were talking about earlier. Coach preaches execution. So, even in a game like this, the guys are making the most of their minutes and showing that they can execute.
Then over at the line now. Calmly sinks the first one. After these games, the Eagles will be right back here in the Newman tomorrow for another doubleheader against the Broncos of SUNY Del High. As for the Fighting Tigers, they will be traveling to Castine, Maine to take on the Mariners of Maine Maritime Academy. They'll face off with Kurt Hines, Jack Banks, and that crew. As Colwell, zero hesitation, fleeces that one home. All but a moot point at this point in the game. So we're under 20 seconds left. Katsiafikas will just dribble the ball out. And guys, the Eagles now double digits in the win streak category. And if you're Coach Caruso and the rest of the team, you got to be feeling pretty good. The mojo's got to be feeling pretty high.
Absolutely, and at this point, it's all about just keeping it rolling. We cannot get complacent. We got to keep building on what we're doing so well over the 10-game win streak, and just keep building and keep marching. You'll see it on the back of our jerseys, chopped wood. Staying consistent every day and having that mindset of putting in that work. And these guys got a good future and a great season ahead of them.
Absolutely. Now, before we let you go, we got some quick stats for you. First, leading the way for the Eagles, Gil Matondo, a phenomenal game. 20 points, 7 for 14 shooting, 2 for 5 from 3. Again, showcasing why he's so versatile with 6 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Maranta, a near triple-double of his own with 10 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. And Tope Allo coming off the bench, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, really doing his thing as well. As for the Fighting Tigers, Marque Tanksley led the way with 13 points. Backing him was Jermaine Wheeler with 10. And Christian Chung was right behind them with 8 of his own. And that's going to do it for us here today, folks. For Logan Martin, Luke Caruso, and our talented staff, I'm Sam Miller saying we'll see you next time, and so long on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.